What up, what up, what up, what up, what up?
Hello, welcome back to Social Hour.
Yes, sir. Another day, another dollar. We're here today. Another Monday. You know, we're here at 1:40. We're experimenting with the time. Let's see if 10 minutes is going to bring in some more folks slowly but gradually. And then before you know it, we're going to do a different hour. So Social Hour's coming to an hour near you.
It is. We will try late at night, early mornings. Let's mix it up a little bit.
Yeah, try to get the interaction going. We need more folks to come in here. And one thing we've been discussing among the team is changing the time zones. We know a lot of people are sleeping while this is going. We know that people are waking up or this is midnight during the day. So we will try to accommodate to as many as possible. So you want to hit them with that video you've got put up? So we start the TA, going straight into BTC. What's going on?
Going into it now, man.
Let's do it. Let's run it. All right, here we go.
Man, that cracks me up.
I love it. It makes my energy just start going up. So I love that. It's an upbeat type of song for track. So this week has been wild. Do you remember? I think it was Thursday. Thursday, the report was coming out. Do you keep track of any U.S. thing that comes out, like information, reports on inflation, or do you guys not care about the U.S. politics over there?
Well, it's hard to keep track of UK and US politics.
Yeah, honestly, I've never paid attention to any other. Like, it seems that the U.S. market seemed to have a lot of movement in the global markets. So that's why I wonder if like people over there, if they even look at this, but they probably should, or they probably do if it is one of the main things, like the markets in the US.
I've learned a lot.
Yeah, no, inflation numbers came out. Let me see. No, I won't find a report right now. But yeah, so right before we went into the weekend, we actually had information on a report. Jerome Powell, which is the Secretary of the Treasury of the Feds here, or not even America's, globally supposedly, but they said that they were going to halt the raise for this month. So no inflation, no increase. However, that did open up the books for possible hikes. So we could see maybe a couple more hikes before we go down. Some people have predicted that maybe 2 before we go down. However, the sentiment was positive. The stock market rallied up. It's been hitting all-time highs. About a week ago, they said that the official bull run for them has started. I think it's just a micro run, but I mean, it is doing some wonders. And stocks actually pumped off that news. And it was weird. Bitcoin did the complete opposite. For that day, it was weird actually, because as you can see, this is the 4-hour. We've done some recovery, so I'll go into the TA to show you a little bit what happened in this cluster, because I think this was previous TA, didn't we, that we had up here?
Yeah, man.
So let's go. Yeah, that is previous. All right. So here's Wednesday. Here's report day. So before the report, I was already watching the market, and it was rallying up, especially on this hour. Bitcoin went from, I think, 20. It was like the low of the day, 25,868, and then that hour rallied up to 26.4, and it happened within minutes. And then some time went by, and then you could see it just had a major sell-off, like hours after the report, and which was weird because I was honestly expecting it to pump. Like what I was seeing, especially when I saw the stock market recover, or not recover, but pump after that, I was like, oh, Bitcoin's about to do some rally. But there was some sell-off. And right before this actually happened, you know, it's funny, I just started realizing this right now. We were talking about the ETF that was scheduled. I wonder if they moved that before so they can buy the dip, because obviously when that news came out, it was going to make Bitcoin pump. And I remember when it did come out, Bitcoin was pumping like 3-4%. And you could see it right there. So had a clean U-shaped recovery right here. So I'm going to do it right here. Let's say this is the local bottom for the week. even though this was previous, but this is where we have to watch out for levels, which is 24. Dang, that's crazy. It broke 25K for a little bit.
Ooh.
I remember seeing, dude, it was ugly. It moved. Were you watching the markets around that time?
No.
Dude, yeah, let me look at the hour. Look at this hour. This 1 hour was the biggest. It went from and it happened so fast. And then it wicked. And then we had the official bottom for that, whatever that dump was. That was following all the CZ news.
Oh, that was last week, wasn't it? Yeah, no, I was watching that. Yeah, no, I did watch that.
Yes, it was crazy. And so that's where I was like, you know what? Let me just step away for the weekend. It was an extended weekend because today is a U.S. holiday called Juneteenth. So the stock market is closed. So we're not going to see a lot of movement. It was just like, I think it was a couple of weeks where we had another holiday on a Monday and it was extended. So same situation. Consider today the Sunday in the market. So we should see some kind of dump going into the night. And then Monday, late morning or late Sunday night, early Monday morning, we should start getting the stock market push, like their liquidity getting pumped in. And then if the ETF does go through, I mean, Bitcoin's just going to skyrocket some more. Like this might take us out of this range. It's like when Elon Musk bought Bitcoin and we had a big leap in price. Like I think that was the biggest single candle we've ever had in the history of Bitcoin. And then Michael Saylor bought right behind him. So I think that could happen if this ETF does get proposed. Yep. And do you know who BlackRock is?
Yeah, I know who they are, yeah.
Yeah, because there's a lot of people that actually don't. Like, and it's quite scary that they don't because of how much power BlackRock actually has over, ironically, the U.S. like monetary system. Like those guys have their fingers in a lot of things. And I didn't know until I was doing some research. And I was like, why does this name keep popping up on a lot of different assets? And they're one of the biggest, if not the biggest. They work with banks. It's crazy. All right, so let's see what's going on today, though. So this TA is a little weird because it's Sunday. So the Sunday TA is it plays part of the weekend. Right now, if I look at what's happening in the 2 hours, some kind of pump has this signal. I don't know if it's already played out. We're about to see it as we break through. Oh, that reminds me. I'll have to do it for next episode. But remember, I had set $100 aside so we can start trading this TA during the show and kind of see what we can do with it.
Yeah. We've got to do that. Cool.
Yeah, I have it set up.
I'm just writing these ideas down for you.
I actually have the account already. I would just have to probably pause all this, hop on the VPN, and I don't know what kind of disruption there'll be. So next time we'll do that. We'll test it out, and hopefully we catch it before this thing. So then I'm gonna go into the hour. Some small movements because this was the 2 hour play. So it did work out, but you would have had to have gone out quick or you would have been in the negative. And then, it reversed right after. So that is showing some strength right there for now. And let's go to the 30-minute. Yeah, this one you got to wait out. It's already heading towards the top valley. This is showing some strength though. You can see it's an upwards. Money flow is still in green. That's a big candle, but it has some overhead resistance. So we're at what, 26,600. It needs to break this. I wouldn't be surprised if we actually do break it tonight and go to 27K again and start trading. Probably retest what this is, 27,400. Because we're right in this range right here, this previous range, and then we got rejected, boom, boom. So this is like a good recovery. This could have been the official bottom for who knows, like a couple weeks. We'll see. It's going to take a lot for it to drop this again because it's already recovered from this drop. It's above these prices. It's recovered from this and it's on its way. So it really needs to hold this level. I'm going to extend this because
what's the bottom that you've got there? Because on mine, I've got 24,000.
Yeah, it's like 24,747.
Oof.
Yeah, it was ugly. I was like, man, I had to step away. I was like, I can't believe this is happening. I'm like, nah, I'm just going to take the weekend off, let it do its thing. And then come Monday, we'll do the TA, see what happened. Because I have this notification bot on Telegram that shows me liquidations. And when I started seeing short liquidations, I was like, man, this must be pumping. And it was like pumping like 3% that day. And I was like, of course, that's how it goes. Boom. All right, let's see. So from here, RSI is moving up smoothly. This is a 30-minute. Yeah, so I think we're gonna trade sideways a lot. If we don't break out right now, or not right now, this second, but we don't break out this $26,800 area to retest the 27 and chill there, then we're probably gonna trade sideways here. I need to go back to last episode because we talked about this. Obviously, we have some range here, and then let me see if I can hide the. So it looks like we said they was going to actually top off there, bounce back, and hit the 26. So that's what I had with the future TA.
You nearly had it.
Almost, yeah. I hit right here. The bounce was 26,200, and then a reverse. So from here, I'm just going to do this. It's until it breaks that out. Like that's really what it keeps have to fight for. If it's either is going to at this point. It can hold this. This has been a really good support at 26,200. But if not, this will definitely get extended lower. This would go to this area at this point, I think. Or maybe not. We do have some previous support right here. So there's going to be a little bit. These are going to be the last level. And then we do a reversal. But this is looking really good. So, and then let's go back to the hour. Yeah, we're just gonna have to see it play out now. The green dot did hit, but it's towards the upper area, so we'll have to see later on. That'll be good for the later episodes when we do TA, and then instead of talking about what's gonna happen, we'll be talking about the results of that, but going into tomorrow or next week's TA.
Yep. Yeah, man. Well, yeah, you pretty much the last, I don't know. Well, since we started doing this, you pretty much called everything.
That's why I want to start trading the TA on here. It's like the most organic way to go about it. And like I'm gonna see if we can get in and outs.
So
I haven't seen.
What we're gonna do? We're gonna do 100 on Bitcoin, or we're just gonna do 25 across the four main ones that we talk about.
I like that idea. The one across. I was gonna do 100, but yeah, let's see that. Let's see which TA is better off. Do 25. We have to figure out the leverage. Because we're gonna have to use some kind of high leverage to catch 75. The movement during stream. Yeah, we're gonna have some losers, we're gonna have some winners, but hey, that's the fun part of this.
It's all right. We can do all the stop loss and take profits. And if people want to copy it, they can copy it.
Yeah, so we're good on that. So I guess from here, honestly, we're just gonna move on to the next coin. I actually want to look at Matic first because that's the one we've been keeping up TA with the most. We know there's a lot of building behind it, so it hurts to see that one get impacted, but it's also good if you buy the dips. If you know the fundamentals haven't changed and it's just news in the market, then even more of a reason for you to buy it, especially when you see down 25%. Yeah, you already looked at it.
Oh, damn.
Oh, it looks like a huge recovery though, from what I saw it.
Yeah, but
Oh, okay. Maybe
that's
not.
ugly. Maybe not.
Maybe
out. There we go.
Maybe not. Actually, do we have that video for a Matic one?
No. I know. I got ETH and BNB. I'll do one after this.
Right, there we go. That's all good. So I'm gonna go into the higher time frames to kind of see what we were talking about before. Sucks. It actually does not look so pretty. Because we were way up here and we are not way up there yet. Unlike Bitcoin, like it recovered quickly. This is still struggling. Yep. I'm going to draw the supports now while I have this zoomed out. So let's say this is a support bottom. I'm not going to count that wick. I think I saw it go down to 48 cents, maybe lower. Yeah, it was 48.
I've got 50 here. But yeah that's mate, this is like nearly down 50% since we were looking at it at the top.
Yeah, true. I mean, we called it though. I feel like that's how we should treat the market. It's the moves happen, and then once they happen, we need to just restart and see all the potentials. But we do go with the flow, I guess. So let me see. Did we predict any of these drops here? No, I was just not really. The last support was here, so we didn't get back to this until it happened afterwards.
No, but we did talk. We did talk about the fact that there wasn't a lot of support in this range.
Yeah, that's probably why it's struggling to build it. Like we have a little bit right there, which isn't much, and this is on the 3 hours, so these are bigger, longer candles. It takes time to develop these kind of formations. So right now what it's looking like, I'll start here off the 3 hour. This is the top resistance we're gonna have to battle. So it looks like 66 cents is where it's getting stopped at out, and we have the bottom at 55 cents. So that's a good range for right now. It is now start going on to the lower. 3 hours looking good considering we just popped that. We got the green, that's going up. RSI is kind of high, so maybe the move won't be too extended. It'll probably just test that 65 again before it tries to correct and see if it wants to hold it. Let's go to the 2 hour. So in 4 minutes, there's going to be a new 2 hour. Let me see. Oh, where's my auto? Why is this in log? There we go. Okay, so we're seeing some tails. Let me go into the lower time frames. It's tails because it started pumping. So it was going down. This candle was going down, and then for an hour, for an hour straight, it has been pumping. So that is good. So I'm gonna go down to the 15 minutes. 15 minutes is gonna show cool down here in a little bit, but these are some big candles for now. So we should see an uptrend. Maybe it's going to, let's see what this is, the 60 cent. It's already there basically, but it's gonna try to trade into this range, the 61 cent. Once it gets into that, there's that level. Oh wait, not that one. Hold on. Move that up here. That's where this can top off. Yeah, it's a good play. I mean, you're nearly starting, and it's Sunday, so again, we can see a good correction before this happens, or this can already start taking off, like towards this way, because it did get rejected from this. I'm gonna draw it actually. I want to see it. How far out? Yeah, so it is pushing above the last where it was bouncing off. It's probably going to retest this and then try to retest these levels before it tries that 61, 62. And then from there, once it gets into the 62 range, it's basically game. It's 66 is the top for now. This trend line right here that we see, I'm going to make it a little bit thicker. That's the overall that we need to get to. So we have some work to do still. It's right up there. It needs to get into this, and this formation could do it. We could do, and this is lower time frame, so I don't know how strong it will play out, but ideally, let's see from here. Take the pull, which is the top. So the breakout of this formation could bring you right to that top, and then the rejection brings you below that, but also a retest of that level. So that's good. Those are the two possibilities of this formation if it plays out. That's how I see it. So those are the targets. If you see a break above this, and we always like talk about it here on the channel, what it does is when it has a clear breakout, it likes to retest this one more time. And then you might see it fall below, but then it'll just boom, retest this area. And then from here, that's where we'll dictate if it's going to break up to the upside after passing this, or just get rejected back into this area, or hold this area above this area. Somatic is a good buy right now, actually. Yeah, it's looking ugly, but it's actually a good buy still. I mean, 60 cents is not bad.
Nah, it's time to stock up on it, isn't it? So
yeah. Getting $1 at 40% discount right now.
Yeah, man. I've got a big bag of Matic, I think. So
yeah, that's the one I've been slowly accumulating. Any of these coins,
we got Halil's asked, what about BlackRock and Fidelity news?
Yes, we do have Rock news. What are you seeing on Fidelity? I haven't heard anything on Fidelity. What are they doing? They're gonna copy BlackRock and do an ETF?
Halil's buying. Halil's buying as well.
Yeah, that looks a good one.
Yeah, man. But yeah, well, Matic, I'm still pretty bullish on Matic anyway. I still think it'll do really well.
Oh, absolutely. Especially long term. If you just hodl these, if you have a fundamental aspect of the way you invest in this, just buy and hold and wait until the halving event. Bitcoin does this. Then we have the altcoin season. It's happened time after time. The first time it happens, it'll be like an anomaly because we've never seen this before. So that's when the game is going to change. As of now, I'm sticking to textbook. It's happened. So happening May in 2024, we'll get an altcoin season, and that's how it goes. And then we go into Bitcoin, and they just go back and forth, back and forth. Money's just raising each other's caps.
Yeah, Halil said that they're going to copy BlackRock.
Yeah, Fidelity is a good one. I mean, they're the first ones that I heard about incorporating like Bitcoin stuff when they were trying to help Starbucks. Like they were going to be the bank for them to do that. So that's pretty good. Pretty good. So which one do you want to go into next? Do you want to go into BNB or ETH?
Ooh, ETH?
You want to do ETH? Yeah, let's do ETH.
Cool, let's roll it.
ETH chain.
Love it.
Yeah, ETH is awesome. Man, ETH has been going sideways for a long time, but it's hanging up there for wow. So, I'm on the daily. That's why it's looking like this. All right, so I'll start breaking it down. That's actually nice to see on the daily. The VWAP is curving down, so that could just be a simple rejection for now. It is Sunday, technically, so we're going to run off of that. I'm going to go into the 2 hour. So 2 hours showing some strength, actually. So if this holds this level right here, I'm not going to include that wick, but do keep an eye on the wick always. Make that a little bit thinner. So we need to hold this, and if we do, then we can say we're reversing from this bottom, which is like the Bitcoin bottom when we were looking at their charts. That was their bottom, so I'll price that out. ETH didn't have a wick, so that's kind of good. It just reversed. What was the bottom on this? 1628. It's pretty low.
It's not that bad.
It's holding up there. Yeah, it's still holding up. And they're one of these articles I believe I have up here. It's talking about how the Ethereum community is proposing higher staking requirements for ETH 2.0. Okay. And over time, I wouldn't be surprised if that's how it happens, because I'm wondering if one thing they weren't expecting is these big game people like Coinbase to just take ETH from people and they become the stake validators. So they are able to validate by default just because there's so many people that may have 1 ETH, 2 ETH, just having access to the ETH 2.0 staking pool. So let's see. Strong buy signals from here. I mean, it is technically a small valley. A lot of time that does show strength as long as it holds. Just like we saw with Matic and I guess Bitcoin, the past 30 minutes is going to look like has been pumping. Yeah. And going into the new 2 hours, still pumping. So that was a pretty good reversal right there. You see it with the wick. So from 16.9 already back, wow, to 17.30. And then from here is kind of the same story to ETH. Looking a lot better than a lot of the coins, actually. A lot better than Matic. That's for sure. I'm going to make this one thinner. So this is this last support. It's already above it. So it's made a strong recovery from that bottom. This also looks like a cup and handle, like a very extended handle. It looks more like a pot. But it's already trading into that range, the 17 area. It'll top off around 1776. And you have one wick too. That's funny. There's that one wick that bounced it, wasn't strong enough. That was a big move. We are seeing some lower highs, but right now it's fighting to go up. And it is, again, Sunday in these technical markets. Monday will be tomorrow. And if the stock market continues to do what it's doing, it's only a matter of time before this catches up. And then if the BlackRock ETF and if Fidelity's doing one, if those all get approved, then the amount of liquidity that's going to pump into Bitcoin is just going to be enormous. Because you got to remember, right now, I think we're at $1 trillion market cap across all cryptos. And when we were in November of the all-time highs, we had over 2 trillion. So there's about $1 trillion of missing money, and none of that is from BlackRock. None of that is from their ETF. So just think about that. That's an I'm sure they could easily 2x the market if they fully wanted to with all their assets. But I wonder how much of their clients' money.
Yeah, it's 1.1 trillion.
What?
The market cap for the whole market is 1.1 trillion.
Look up what was the highest market for.
I think I remember seeing it 2.4.
2.4, yeah. It was. And that's one way to keep track of the markets, just looking at the market caps. A lot of times when I invest, that's what I look into. If it's a small market cap and they're still building into a good company, it's a good time to get in, especially if they're in the millions versus some that are already in the billions on their way to trillions. None of them are crypto projects, but that's how it goes, like with the traditional stuff. I think Bitcoin might be, like at the time, the only one I saw when it was doing some peak performances. All right, let's see. So ETH is, I think that's what's going on with ETH right now. And it could do the same for like play out. And that, if this breaks out, would take it higher to these trading ranges. And then if it does get rejected,
Okay, it's 2.8 trillion.
True.
Wow,
that's insane. That's a lot.
Yeah. Well, if you look last time before we had the all-time high there, we were sitting on about 300 billion, and then we had this massive run up. Yeah, I'll show my screen.
Let's see.
You see this?
Yeah, I can see it's clear.
So here, this is where the level we've been sitting. We've had this massive run up here.
Wow.
Obviously that's a little bit more, but this is where we was.
That's crazy.
So if this pattern...
Oh, we will. And you see that big bump? If I'm not mistaken, that bump down there, was that the first time we went to 20K? Yeah, 2018.
Yep.
Yeah, you see that? Look how small that was. That used to look like what we see right to the right of us. Those big ass mountains on the 2021. Yeah, those. That's what that 20K peak mountain used to look like, especially after we got rejected because we went underneath it. You see the retracement? So imagine being at the bottom of that mountain, how big that looked. And now look how enormous this is. So the next rally is going to do the same thing to these mountains. It's going to make it look like a little baby hill. Because you can't even see the one before the 20K. Like that's what it's there. When was the last one? 20. So go to
there you go,
2014. Yeah, like 16.
This one?
Is that it? What is that peak to that one?
So 22 billion to 5, 100, 172, all the way to 5, and then went down.
Oh no, before the previous happening.
So it'd be
like 2016.
2016.
Oh, I see what you're saying. It's the one that rallied up to that one.
Yeah. So I just zoomed in here. 26.
Yeah.
Right. $13 million. 30.
Oh yeah, that's basically it. See, it's like, and that's what happens. You eventually you just won't be able to see some of these. They become so small, and as the market cap, and unfortunately, this is what Satoshi planned. Like once he understood how the dollar can just keep on getting printed, this is where the money will keep inflating. Like it's so perfectly built.
Yeah.
Now they're having layer two solutions, so it's on it. Let me take the screen back.
Have a question for you.
When SP500 dump, we're gonna see going into this week what it's gonna be about. Honestly, because I was super surprised on how hard it rallied. Sorry, I had to cough. Especially how hard it has been rallying as well. Before the report, it's ironically that Tesla started to do a run up. Like out of nowhere, it just reversed. It was trading at like $200, and before that, it just started running. Nvidia really took off, and then Tesla like brought the second phase in. And then when the reports came out, I mean, it just continued to pump throughout the day. So I think it has to correct. It's probably gonna take next month. I think they're gonna try to pump this month since we know for sure there's no rate increase. So they want to see how hard they can hit it, and then when that increase or whenever those rates come out, they're gonna hit it hard, or they're gonna make that correction. We talked about Nvidia like before it hit 400. I don't know if you remember, Crypto Buddy, where I was like, they have the reports coming up. I think it's gonna hit 400, and you can catch it before, and even that one's been on a tear since then. Look at that. Man. I think in one day it moved 30%, and then it basically took over and became $1 trillion market cap with that push. You think AI is a bubble? Like, because it's putting so much money into our markets. Every time there's news on it, people just, eat it up. Like AI is everywhere, and that's what brought the money up for Nvidia.
Personally, I think it is here to stay. I think it will calm down. I think in the next year or two, it will start calming down, and then we'll actually see the benefits more.
Yeah, I think people are destroying it with it, though. I've seen the use case, and it's just so casual now. A casual term and every household name that wasn't before. Like when the NSA, before they came out officially, where they're like, yeah, we're spying on the Americans, no one knew about it, and then we talked about it, and then we just kind of brushed it off. So I think this is what's going to happen with that as well. Put a lot of money into it. Let's see. So you know what? I was looking at XRP, and that one survived really well during all this time.
Yeah.
I keep hearing that they're going to win that case.
Didn't they win?
I'm not sure if they've won yet, but it's looking very, very likely. Let me see. Oh, my charts are. Looks like we have some massive TA. I'm trying to find it. You see these. That would have been a massive move to 83. That's if they win their lawsuit, without a doubt. But it's still, this thing that I've had, this support right here, it's been holding that this whole time. And that's that's how parabolics moves start, because if it starts holding this even tighter, it can only go straight up. This will be sharper, but it's doing really good. I'm surprised, even at 50 cents, it's held its market cap really well.
Didn't it just do a little rally as well? I remember.
It did. It rallied up all the way to 56 cents, and then it went down 45, and now it's recouping really good. And I think this was I don't think that was, what day was it? Yeah. So yeah, that was the bottom for that day. That's where it hit. and it's been reversed since then. So XRP, I feel like it's hard to do official TA just because I think everyone's waiting on that, the news on them. And it's funny, I'm gonna see how many people turn. Everybody hated XRP, but I wonder how many people are gonna love it if they win the case, if they're the first coin.
It is looking very likely.
I mean, I feel like a lot of money can flow into this. If this is like the coin, the blockchain coin that banks use, like it's a no-brainer. He says into XRP. Yeah, you know, Cake, that's actually a good play.
I put some into XRP as well. Yeah,
I have some from a while ago, but I have not been buying it up anymore.
Have you not?
Not since I bought it like years ago. I don't have much anymore. I have like only like 300 or something, but I'm happy with those 300. And yeah, no, Cake. I like Cake, but I think it's gonna take more time with that one since it's already doing its full capability. Until the team behind that, like I don't even know what the Pancake team's called, but behind that, and have more use case behind it than just what they already have, then it's probably just gonna stay in its range, which is not a bad range though. You know, when the market comes back, Cake was really good. Cake was one of the top like BSC coins to hold. And I honestly, I expect to do the same thing when it comes back. But imagine if we get a competitor to PancakeSwap. Like I haven't seen or heard anyone do it, and it always happens. Someone always comes around and takes the throne once again and makes it better. So I expect, I honestly, I expect something. Maybe during the next rally, there's going to be one that tries to take the volume, because that's what happened with, I think, was it 1inch? When 1inch came out, it took over like $1 billion of volume from PancakeSwap. Like it was crushing it, and it was because they changed the model, and people get tired, and not just tired of the old model, but that's the beauty of blockchain. We can keep on building on top of it as the technology gets better. So I'm with it. I am with it, and soon enough, we're gonna have similar things. Like for Matic and Cardano. So imagine if you can build on Ripple. Like imagine when Ripple makes a smart chain. If they do, but yeah, like all this is capable, and they haven't been able to do much because they're just chilling in the background. But all this technology has been being built in the background. So they're just going to be able to copy and paste need be. I mean, they do actually, don't they have it? That's what the Flare token is. I think Flare is like their side chain. I finally got that airdrop. Yeah. Let's see real quick. Going on that XRP venture day. Just gonna EVM swing contract. But no one's heard of Flare, but I bet you people are building on it. They have grants, wallets, Flare portal. Dude, this is very small, I bet you. This is still small. Khalil, do you know about Flare? Let's see how many people know. Do you know about Flare? Yeah, see, like I wonder how many people. I'm like, Songbird? What is, I don't know what Songbird is, but only 2 proposals. Yeah, so you know what? Now that we're doing some research, I'll probably start looking a little bit more into Flare, because I heard about it. It was, the way you got it was for, I don't know if it was a 1-to-1 ratio for Ripple, but you got it based on your Ripple. Like it was an airdrop to that. Yeah, so that, I mean, it took a long time, but I have it. Like they're not worth much, so that might be even better. Like you can get into this delegating, and maybe there's pools. Let's see, connect, Flare, store. There's nodes, their explore. Songbird, that might be like the layer 2 or something. Become data provider, use wallets. I'm trying to see if they have a swap or anything, but it doesn't look like it. I think that's what it's just on. This will be interesting though. Later. Well, there you go, guys. Maybe we just gave some alpha. I don't even know, but I just remember looking into Flare. It's only worth what, 2 pennies, if that. Might be good. Might be good. We'll see what Ripple's cooking though. I think they're gonna be a slow grind. Slow grind for them.
Yeah. And then grind, doesn't it?
Yeah, basically. Once we hit those all-time highs, you just gotta hold on for that bear market, especially if you didn't sell during the bull run, which happens. I mean, it happens to me. Like, I remember seeing those figures. It's dashboard money until you actually cash out.
And so I guess the last one we should look at is BNB. And have a quick little
that beast, man.
Ooh, see how beaten up this has got.
Let's go into the flower. Don't you have the that thingy thing? Hit him with it, crypto buddy.
Oh, I don't know if I want to play this one. This one's a bit all right.
Guys, that was Sasha that picked that song. That was I don't know about that one. I see why. We're working on that one, folks.
It's unexpected,
but we do.
That's why you enjoy it. Do it really?
Yeah, it is. Kinda. It made me feel that like BNB was a joke, which I shouldn't have. Yeah. You know what though? Here's our ghost predictions. I forgot that we did these. So we did have a breakout possibility or the breakdown. The breakdown, if I would have just done it maybe up here, it would have been a little bit more precise. But I mean, here's the idea. Let's say that this is it. So from here, we have to break out back into this range. I'm going to actually hide these for now. It's just taken away from TA. All right, we're going to start with the support down here. See where we're at, which is $226. That's great that it held that range. It really needed to hold the $220 range, which it looked like it did, because there was a lot of liquidations that were going to happen for exchanges and for big holders and stuff like that at these levels. Like normally these kind of movements don't just happen. It took a lawsuit that came out of nowhere to destroy the price of Binance, and barely. I think 250 to 300 is a great range for Binance, especially for this coin and all the utility that's being used behind it. I think Khalil put something in the chat today where I don't know if it's how officially, but like a second layer for Binance. So think of like the Lightning Network, or which other one has a second layer solution? I know Matic does, but basically a solution where it helps with the speed, because a lot of the times when you get a lot of congestion in the network, it makes the fees go up a lot higher. Transactions take a little bit longer, and on Binance they're not too bad. I've seen some up to $1. I've seen some at 50 cents. Isn't too bad, but keep in mind when these first come out, like you're not paying nowhere near that. Sometimes you don't even pay a penny. Like I remember when I was working with Ethereum Classic chains, like I wouldn't even pay anything to really operate on that. And that's how all chains start until they start getting congestion, and before you know it, the fees are high. So I think it's a good move, because if they don't start doing it now before the next rally, we could start getting some congestion, and then people are not going to want to build on Binance anymore, because it's going to start putting that threshold where, you know how some of the people that invest in the Ethereum like smart chain or their blockchain, they're really iffy just because of the fees. Eventually that could happen to this, but they're doing it early enough to where most liquidations are 220. Yep. I was looking at that 220 for sure. I mean, I saw a lot of articles start to come out for that price too. And I mean, it did well. It's not out the works yet. It's $20 above it. Still working its way up. I do like seeing that we're seeing the higher lows. Not quite seeing the higher highs yet. This reversal could print it and validate it still. But this is as long as this holds. If not, we're going to start breaking down to these lower areas and back to that scary range. I don't think CZ will allow that. He did allow it to get close, so I can't say he won't. But if he knows there's a lot, like, I think he saved some of them. Like, he took over he added more liquidity. I'll have to look it up, but he definitely was helping some that were getting close to those liquidation levels, because that creates catalyst. Like, that's one thing leads to another. Yeah, CZ's like the Roger Ver of Bitcoin Cash. That dude was doing everything for that coin, and like, that's what CZ, he will do everything for this coin and work out. And if it trades back, I like CZ too. It's weird, like, it's odd because this space is like a whole decentralized, so we don't really want the idea of having some entity having control over the chain, but it's almost like you kind of need it. But ironically, Bitcoin has shown you that you don't. Once Satoshi stepped away, like, Bitcoin continued to prosper. And that's the dichotomy of it all, right? Like, either it can work if there's a strong team and fundamental behind it, or you need someone like CZ or even Vitalik. Like, Vitalik is huge for Binance or for Ethereum. Like, I'm happy to have Vitalik around, the mastermind. He's young, so Ethereum's lucky on that part.
Yep, Leo agrees with you.
And let's see, they said it's official. They are on testnet. Yep. Oh wow, it's on testnet. Yeah. I mean, that could even help the price of Binance, because why not? Run it up. You have a side chain. Let's find out. Nah, that would, like, the BSC. That seems, that'd be low. But you know what? It would, if they're big, it would make sense. No, here's top 25 right here. Because the idea, I know when, like, the idea of Bitcoin wasn't for small companies to hold the validating, because they're usually not the ones that are scamming. It's usually the big corporations. They're the ones who try to pull things under your very eyes. So those are the companies that are meant to validate and use these ledgers. But let's see. Who holds the biggest stake? We got 4. Seems like 4. It's about the hash validators.
Roughly all the same.
Yeah, so you want these big corporations. Yeah, you want these big corporations to really be the ones holding it. So it's less, but it's less. I mean, yeah, it makes it to where less people are holding it. So it's it's always this weird thing where you don't want too many people to hold it because it's not too decentralized. This seems like it's pretty good. Oh, Sidekick. I mean, that's really good. That's a good right there. I wonder how much they do have. Oh, that's just the top 25s. Okay. Phantom, yeah. All right. So let's see what's going on. So yeah, I think it's gonna work its way up. I don't think it wants to go back to this level. I don't think it was ever intended to be down to these levels. It's like one of these cash grabs like the people try to do. And it's funny, it's like the markets move all at the same time. It's like a coordinated attack or something. But
yeah, it's just a bit of panic.
Where we had this, oh dude, that's what I hate about these like market. I've never traded or have seen it like this. This is the first time I'm seeing like inflation numbers that like it dictates how markets have been moving for a while. Mm-hmm. We've been in this trance for a few years now, but when I first started coming into this like field and sector of like crypto and blockchain, that's one thing I learned. It's like, it's based off the cycles of the economy that have, as of now, have always happened. Every 10 years, there's something that happens, a black swan or something that resets all this money that has been pushed artificially through our markets for a decade. And it needs to flush out. Like, it's never healthy. It's the same concept of nothing can go up forever. You can't print forever without having the catch up, and we're seeing it here now. Like, this is like now it's funny we can talk about it, because think about all the banks that have collapsed, think about all the dirty things that have been done, And that's what happens. Some of these people have to be caught. Unfortunately, it's just all part of the markets. Bigger fish buy them out, and then we're back into it. We go into a high rally. We see numbers we've never seen before, all-time highs across the board, and then boom, something happens. You know, anything and everything. Like the one I see the most, honestly, is viruses. Like that one comes a lot, some strain of something, and it manages to reset economies. So that's been a strong one. But I won't go too deep into politics. So let's go back into this TA. Let's see what's going on. I think where we took off was right around here, right? It looks like we were probably had already broken down. The news had came out and needed to make up its mind, and then it still hadn't. But I mean, we still planned it out to go a little bit lower, 219 area, which I guess knowing that, because I didn't know about the liquidation levels until later on. Maybe if I would have known that, I would have kept that in the 220 area and see. We'll add that now just to kind of get an idea of how extend this like that. So it can extend up to here. And at that point is where maybe we start fighting into this ghost channel, or this channel is just going to bring us straight into this where we were just trading before this catalyst.
Yeah.
So, man, look at that. That's a huge, it's been dropping since April. Since April, BNB has been going down.
Yeah, it's not helping.
And this could be its official bottom. Like, it takes a lot to get these coins down to this. I mean, look at this. The last time it was here was in December of December. And look how hard it rallied. It took a lot to get it back. It actually hasn't hit these levels since then. Like, even when it got rejected 260, still kept above that. And then reversed, rejected, reverse. Yeah, I don't think this should have happened, but it did because of all the CZ stuff. And I promise you it's going to reverse. This is just how it goes. Like, there's no way. Like, this could be the bottom. Since December, that's crazy. I have not even noticed that until now. We haven't seen that since December. So keep an eye. You see what happened last time. Let's see what it went up on.
Yeah, I'm pretty bullish.
Look at
I don't
that.
really see this problem. Just 58.
Always 58%. And let me move this. Hopefully it doesn't disappear. I wanted to. Well, let's say that was the top. Top was right there. I'm trying to move this without affecting it because I'm trying to see how many days it took to get there. So we have an idea of how long this rally really took. So I guess for that, I'd have to do this. No, it's not working. Oh, there we go. Let's say that was the official top. 167 days for a 58% retracement from that bottom. So but at that point, no, it's not even going to be pushing all-time high numbers. That's going to actually be pushing healthy numbers. Like I said, Binance at 300 is healthy. Like, that's the way it should be. I don't think 200 is still anywhere in the mid 250. Like, that's still pretty good. But 300 is around where we should keep BNB.
So,
and yeah, I mean,
December it'll be back at these levels.
Let's see. It could be, but I think it'll happen sooner, way sooner than that. Because we were not really rallying up. There was nothing to go off of. And how many days was it? Did I say? 37. 60. Wow. Yeah. For a 58% move would be something like that. Hold on, let me do.
What was being all-time high?
No, I think I saw like 550, but I'll look here in a second. I'm trying to see something.
Look.
Wow, I can't even chart out that far. 560. No, it won't let me. Here's 60 days. Look at that, 58. Yeah, it's 350. That's $352 roughly long term. What I see happening, just because, like, yeah, like think about that. The last time we saw that is December. I wonder if
650 was the all-time high.
650. Wow. And let me see something for these other coins real quick. Go to Matic. Yeah, look at Matic. Just like they went way below their December levels. This probably happened across all chains then. April.
What happened with Bitcoin?
No, I don't think it did. I think it happened with either the smaller altcoins or all altcoins. I'm looking at ETH right now. December was $1,000.
Yep.
Yeah, no. Ethereum didn't do it.
Still 600 up, you know.
That means Bitcoin definitely. Yeah, that's. Oh wow, that was the actual official bottom. Was that December, November area?
Yeah.
Yep. There's our beginning TA right there.
Another cup and handle.
Yeah. So that's interesting to see. It looks like the top two chains. I'm sure the third. It's a hit or miss, but a lot of these altcoins actually could be doing the same thing where they went to their December levels. Doge is probably. I mean, Doge. It's a hit or miss, but November, December. Yeah, look, December's in this area. This one's below it. What's another coin? Let's look up a random coin. What's you think? Chia. You just making up?
Yeah.
Wait, I feel like you told me about that one time.
All my mining equipment chose, so I started mining it.
How's it working?
Can't see that. Oh, coin.
Yeah, I used to like Litecoin a lot. That used to be like because when I first got into crypto, I was a gold and silver type of guy. Like that's what I spent my time investing in, and then I learned about Bitcoin. So when everyone was like, "Oh, or Litecoin's the silver, Bitcoin's gold," I was like, "All right, well, it makes a no-brainer to get Litecoin." But then as time went by, I was like, "Okay, I see what this is." You know what? This is actually above December's levels. It did wick down here. You see this giant wick, but it wicked up.
Yep.
It's hold. I mean, this is a support though. It needs to hold above this, otherwise, it's gonna go back to that December level below it, like we've seen with probably the other chains. This one's on a massive downtrend, mini downtrend.
Yep.
You know what's good about those though? The moment you see it break out of it, that's it. Like you see it break out.
Yeah.
So it's
starting to round up a little bit there.
Yeah, that's about a 40% retracement from the top.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, this is kind of looking good. No, like this could be the bottom areas. Still, like there's like holding this, but it does need to break $50. Really, when it breaks a $50, that's when you know you're rallying up really good.
Yeah, I kind of want it to stay where it is now, so I can get more.
Yeah, honestly, take advantage. I still need to get this equipment. You send me the links. It sounded interesting.
Yeah.
All right, he said Litecoin. Let's see what LTC is still in. know if they'll have. Let's see Binance if they have it.
Nah, it's above.
Yeah, it's December. Above. Yep.
Okay, what about
Yeah, that's what I was about to see.
And then if you wanted to go, we could go to Tron.
What's Tron? So you know what? It's like right there. It did wick down below it. You see that wick right there? That was below it. But it's kind of giving me that Chia vibe where it needs to really start. It needs to really get out of this little micro trend, which it probably will. This easily do boom. Trade sideways in this range. Take this. I mean, it needs to get back to that. Will help this case 31 cents. That one took a big lunge as well. And then I mean, once. And this could happen across all chains right now. That could be the official bottom for right now. If December did it here, and then we haven't seen that since now. Oh yeah. All right, what are those? And they're having when is their happening? Is it the same thing? They go through halving. They literally like the same thing.
You've got Chainlink as well. You can have a look at.
Let's see Tron real quick. TRX.
Oh wow.
Oh wow, Tron is
killing it.
Well above it. Wow, that's actually Tron's looking really good. I don't know about like the smaller range TA, but like on the macro aspect of it. Wow, look at that. Finally broke the downtrend, trading sideways on the daily. Tron's what, 7 cents? Yeah, I like it. It's going to take some time, but I mean, it's on an uptrend. It's higher than its previous one, so that's good.
Yeah, I actually like TRX. And
I used to love it. I used to have like a lot of DAF that was involved, but I haven't used it. I wouldn't be surprised if I have some stuff like tied up in there still.
I just like the way that everything worked, like the wallets and stuff like that.
Yeah, it was simple. I think that was the first ones that I really started using for dApps.
Yeah.
43 days until Litecoin's halving, huh?
Ooh, shouldn't it be rallying up now?
Let's see.
Isn't it the first days before halving? They should be rallying up.
God, this is gonna be a tough rally to go back to 410. And you know what though? I think that's when I can't remember his name. Something I think something Lee, man. The guy who made it or was the spokesman, he sold at the all-time high and it never went back to that price ever again. So we're gonna see with this one. What's his market cap? Does it say? Let's see. It's trading at 77. Still impressive. Like, geez. I remember when I used to think that was gonna like take off. It lost me a lot of money. A lot, because right when I was buying, which was like $300, this dude sold on his community.
Wow.
Wrecked us. Yeah. I've never done any of the Litecoin halving event. I've never seen if it rallies from its bottom to its local top. But it'll usually pump after the halving. It'll pump some into it, but a little bit after is when it really, like, once everything adjusts, because the price needs to adjust from this change. The fact that it's half of their rewards, like the money, that's just how it is. The money always does change. It's like the tokenomics chain, and then it finds like the bottom for that block, like what makes it Market cap, 6 billion market cap, huh? So yeah, we'll keep an eye on the market cap then. 43 days, and a lot of people will pump this up. It pumps into the event, but it's gonna find by the time it gets closer to this date, there's gonna be a local top. People are gonna take advantage of people looking at this. 2019. Doesn't show.
Yeah, wasn't it that people used to mine and get Doge on the side, and now they mine Doge and get TC on the side?
That's probably how it is. Yeah, I've heard a lot of people mine some good old Doji.
I swear that's what.
I have like a computer mining rig, but I can't remember what it pays out. Not worth it anymore. I think it's like can't remember now the name of it. It was some privacy coin, Monero maybe.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, we'll see. We'll look into that one. I think it's still going to need to pump up some as it gets closer to those dates, and then we'll see. We'll see if it doesn't, because a lot of the times it does do another dump before, like right after the event, because there's a lot of people that trade the event, like trade the news, sell the rumor.
Yeah, so it is people. They do mine Doge and they get Litecoin on the side.
Oh wow, that's crazy.
Monero is still the fourth most mined coin. Nice.
Yeah, I think once ETH went to ETH 2.0, it like had to go into something. And I saw that one. There's a Raven coin, I think, was another one I saw.
Raven's down at 17. They don't pay out a lot. Every 24 hours, they pay out 61k. And then you got Doge that's paying out 803 every 24 hours.
Wow. I remember there used to be a one of those called a faucet for Doge every single day. I used to get like 2,000 Doge every single day.
Yep.
For years, man. That shit was awesome. Rolla showed me this website, and this website's great for looking what's going on with the world. Like all their information, whether it be, I guess, from retail, housing permits, inflation rates, banks information. So this is a good thing to have if you are trading, just so you can keep track of everything that's kind of going on in the world with the economy. What are we doing? Let's see where we're over the hour. So kind of went into TA a little ham today, but we did see some nice things with the market, seeing that some of these coins have bottomed out. We haven't seen this since December, so hopefully this could be the local bottom and we see nothing but upwards from here. The last time it hit these price, it did a 58% retracement.
Yep.
It took like 3 months. We'll see where all this chain starts to follow. So the only thing that we have is the inflation numbers. We got to watch out for. We could see 2 more hikes, but the overall number is 2% that they're aiming for. So we'll see where we get to.
So see you next week. We're gonna change up the videos, go through some news, and we'll get $100 and start doing some trades.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. I can't wait for that aspect of it. So everybody who's here what's up?
I was gonna say, did you want to do one on like an altcoin, or do you want to just stick with the big four?
Oh, like adding another one to our TA? Oh, you meant for trading?
Yeah, trading and TA. Maybe Litecoin might be.
Yeah, because
quite interesting going up to
2020. Yeah, that's true. That is true. We might do that one. Litecoin for the 5th one. And then see where we go with it. 2020. Which one takes us the furthest? Which one busts us?
Probably Litecoin again.
That actually could be really good considering the happening is coming up.
Yeah.
Just get out when it's time. And having all these bad news kind of helped get that bottom, so you don't you shouldn't have to worry about another bottom for a little bit, especially not the remainder of this month. I can't see anything bringing us back down. I'm excited for tomorrow, see where the stock market, because I've been looking at their market first now, because they are responding a lot different from the positive news than the crypto markets. So I think there's going to be a delay in crypto. I think the stock market is going to move, and then you're just going to see the inflow into Bitcoin, like massive candles, massive percentages. We're going to go back into the I remember we were seeing like 8% a day. I remember I saw like when was it Elon when he put in, it was like a double digit like day, and I was like, wow, like this is incredible. And every single day you'd wake up and look at the portfolio. So we're gonna get close to that again. Just keep DCA into these good projects, especially the ones we spotlight, because the other ones we're keeping an eye on, and for reasons not just because we're trying to make excess on our money. Some real utility behind these projects.
Yeah. Did you want to go over while you're at?
Well, I haven't been taking any trades on the Shill Team. I've been waiting it out for this little season to go out, because especially with that weekend, it went completely against me. I was like, man, this is not what it was supposed to do. And then actually, ironically, it did exactly what it was supposed to do. Let's see. Let's check it out. Yeah. See, I was doing TA for it to pump, and then it did this massive drop, and then it did exactly what I had been looking at. But there is one thing I can highlight is we do have one person that's selling some of their NFTs for a discount. They said they need the dough a little bit, so that's one of the great things about the NFTs is you can always resell them. And did you see it on the chat? On the Shill Team?
No.
Yeah, he's got some from at like batch one price, and then some that are a little bit higher, but they're all at a discount. So for anybody that's looking to double up on or get some more, like to me, that's a steal. I'm probably going to buy some of the $50 ones just because, again, why not? So anybody, look into picking up some more of those NFTs from him rather than the batch, because they're at a discount. Why not? I'm all about saving people money. So hopefully we can get that going. And then I might wait to see what's going on. And then I've also had some discussions about possibly working with bots. However, I've also iffy on bots, because with bots, like especially with some I've seen, they haven't worked out. But if we can find some profitable ones, maybe we can send some of the money there. One of the things about me is I'm a manual trader, so it takes a lot of time, a lot of hours to get some of these positions. And I also need a break mentally from that. That's why this weekend I waited until today to look at some TA. I was like, all right, I've been looking at charts this whole week. Last week, I was like, I need to get away from the weekend. We got an extended weekend, see what happens, and then we reset. I definitely won't use Furbot. I wish that was gonna work out, but you know what? So we're gonna see. We might have some in-house bots we can look at, but if not, we're just gonna keep it slow and steady. Like, I'm not looking for quick ROIs, especially with these market conditions. It's kind of whack. Like the way the market can just move off of news and then bounce back off of some BS.
Yep.
Yeah, but keep it an eye.
Yep.
I'm waiting for the next good opportunity. This month we could probably get into more. But after that report, seeing the way it reacted and reversed, I was like, it's a little risky to trade right now with this kind of environment. Yeah, no, I don't even know what kind of bot they use, bro. Talking about the Furbot. We were just talking about that in the channel. Nothing against you guys in Furio, but it is what it is. You guys did it yourself. So we're here, we're chilling. Let's see what we can do with it. This is social hour after all. We're here to keep it true and chill.
Cool.
All right, brother. I guess that's it. Got nothing else.
All right, we'll see you guys next Monday. What time are we going to do next week? Should we do a later evening one?
So I was thinking of doing 2 hours. That's what Roller has suggested, because he's been wanting to hop in on an episode or even partake in one, like whether it be through the chat, it's just so early for him. I think it's like 4 to 3 o'clock in the morning when we start this. And by the time we're finishing, it's like.
I don't know. Should we do like should we do an evening one? Like
think we're
10 o'clock my time, and
so we're doing what 1:30 right now.
Yeah.
Or less than 2 hours, so 3. What if we aim for like 3:30 or 4 Eastern? I don't know what. So 3. Let's see, 3 hours from now.
Yeah, that's fine.
And we'll mess with that format, see what kind of people come in, and then
Cool. All right. Let's close this out then.
Yes, sir. Hope you enjoyed the TA. Oh, Khalil, no, I appreciate you coming by. Those questions help out because normally it's just us talking, and I'm actually really bad with watching the chat, but today I had to set up to the right screen, so it made it a lot simpler for me to catch the chat and talk at the same time. Because normally I'm just kind of going. So appreciate you coming by, brother.
Right.
Oh, wow. What is this? What am I looking at? There's a big candle right now. Hold on. Oh. And then we go in the minute, it's like down. It just did some pump though. It just pumped to 27K. Look at that. Didn't we say that today that we were gonna see that?
Oh, big buy signal
Wow.
just triggered as well.
Wow, but look, it immediately reversed. So you gotta I gotta say, you gotta watch out for that. But I mean, yeah, that's it. We called it on chat. If we would have had that trade open, boom, we would have hit the money.
Damn, we'll start next week.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, let's go out. We're out in 3. See you later.
Cheers.